This week on Bubunki and Friends.
Grand Rising, my beautiful people. It's your girl Bubunki Mukororo wa Muvenda. The only Mukororo wa Muvenda onofi Bubunki. Have you ever had any Bubunki in Venda? The only Mukororo wa Muvenda. Anaba Bubunki. Okay. Woo! I'm with my gorgeous girls who don't know Shivenda. I'm disappointed.
Hariko shihamba chivenda. Parimini.
Yes.
Yo,
Okay.
di marcheroni.
At night.
Abudi.
Okay.
How?
Hi, family. This is Rhoda. And what is Bubunkivel?
It's something very cute and just something very cute. You never asked me how I got this name anyway.
Anyway, how did you get this name?
So, okay, we were in Holland. So we were, because I was touring with music. So everybody used to call me Boo Boo. Like we used to call each other Boo Boo, Boo Boo, Boo Boo. Then just one day, one of the ladies said to me, Bubunki, come here. And I was like, what's that? I said, no, something, you're just cute. I love your cheeks, blah, blah, blah. I took it from there.
Okay.
Yes?
Okay, Bubunki. Right.
Yeah. So, guys, viewers, we are back. Our beautiful viewers, subscribers, commenters. Yo, guys, little Toripila. We really enjoy the engagement because now it means we are getting somewhere, right? We are not just doing it for fun. We are really getting somewhere. So, last episode, we were speaking about the art of forgiveness. No. The art of letting go. And we had said in the next episode, we're going to take it further into the art of forgiveness, right? Because it's closely related to each other, though somehow different, because now letting go, yes, you are letting go of something to free yourself as well, but you are freeing that person as well, because you are saying it's fine, it's okay, you were a different person then. But forgiveness has got nothing with freeing any other person but yourself.
Yeah.
Then when you forgive, that's when we are saying to God, giving it to you, deal with it.
Yeah.
If you can forgive, you will so see like God fighting your battles. But forgiveness.
Yeah.
Forgiveness.
Yeah.
A snip up and fleece.
Yeah, now we're entering this. Hey, this topic is deep, guys.
Forgiveness.
It's very deep. People will say, yeah, it's easier said than done. Then why do you do the Lord's Prayer?
Thank you.
Forgive those who trespass against us. But when you
Forgive
you
me
can't.
as I forgive
Yeah,
others. Which
forgive,
others?
Which others? But when you can't forgive, but you want them to forgive you and you want God to forgive.
No, even if you don't want them to forgive you, I mean, like forgiveness has got nothing to do with the next person, honestly. It's for your relationship with your God. Because at the end of the day, we are tandas, like you're saying.
Exactly.
Forgive me, God.
Exactly.
As I forgive others. Then God is like, what others? You are still holding on to something when you have not freed yourself from that.
It's like I said, it's easier said than done. This is very deep. Forgiveness, it's very deep, guys. Tabi, I don't know. What do you have to say?
Well, forgiveness is not one thing. It's not a once-off instant thing. It's stages.
Definitely.
There are stages you go through for forgiveness. So, Kyalokopela, guys, stop saying "Hori, forgiveness is for you, is to free you." No. It's got stages.
But even if it's got stages, you are
At the
freeing yourself,
end,
yes.
yes, it's for freeing you. But a person needs to understand the horikiri stages.
Please take us through those
Ne?
stages.
The first stage, of course, with anything in life, it's recognition, realize, acknowledge what has been done to you. Ne? And then the second part is realizing, hori, like you always saying, hori, it was that moment, it was you, it was kuri, finding, not giving that person reasons why they offended you, but coming to a realization, hori, why and how it happened. Kuri, you have to break it into pieces, this thing, in order for you to heal. Ne?
To break first.
Yeah, you need to break it. Like recognize, acknowledge. Yes, this shit happened to me. Ne? No matter kikaka, it happened to me. And then try to understand. let me give you an example, like maybe an abusive father who was physical. Ne, like in the previous episode, I said, yes, the father was wrong. However, put yourself in their shoes. Gore ho tlile bjang a fitlhe moo. In a way, I'm not saying hore, right now when you are hating, what I'm saying, I sound like I'm talking a whole lot of rubbish. But when you are at a stage where you have recognized hore you need to forgive, you sit down and you chew it up and you see hore the reason why. Most of the time, the rape cases, these guys are not rapists. They are opportunists. So an opportunity came and it presented itself and it came about, and it's just unfortunately you were there at the wrong time, at the wrong place, and it happened, and it had to be you, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yes, I'm not saying gore you put yourself there. I'm not saying, but it happened. Like you would see some men, they would say, why you raped? No, it's because you know, I send her money and what, and then he rapes you. Why did you take off your clothes in the first place if you don't want to sleep with you? Then I end up just finishing the job because you came, you brought your booty, I made a booty call, you came. The next thing you don't want to sleep with me, I'm not gonna let it go. You know, situations like that. And analyze and kind of understand. I'm not saying give that person reasons. And then the third, Kurkidi stage is the 4. The third one is getting help. That's the third part. Get help. Get somebody that will help analyze the situation with you. It can be professional. It can be somebody older than you, somebody that's willing to listen. Get help. You cannot do it alone. I repeat, you cannot do it alone. You will do it eventually alone when you are older, but you cannot do it alone. It depends on the harshness of the crime or the whatever offense. Ne? Then the last stage is reconciling. Now, reconciling depends on you. Where, not the victim. You can go. Okay, the first stage, everything has stages, ne? The first stage of reconciling, it's you approaching that person. It's up to you. You can go physically or on your own space, alone, pretend that person is there. It depends. Sometimes the person is no longer alive or whatever.
When you've healed, sorry.
No, you haven't healed yet. You're still in the 4 stages. You have not healed, but you are in the process of going there. So, the third stage, you have talked to somebody who doesn't know what happened to you, or maybe they are away or whatever. You talk to a physical person that will be there and be your shoulder to cry on. Then the last part, the 4th stage, is when you involve the perpetrator. Either that perpetrator physically, you know what, Rhoda, on this and this day, you did 1, 2, 3 to me. I did not like it. It hurt me. And I want to tell you. Whether Rhoda takes it, whether Rhoda accepts it, whether Rhoda apologizes, it's none of your business. You have taken that guilt that has been eating you. You have placed it back onto them. So what Rhoda does with it, it's none of your business from then, because now you have taken off that guilt that you've been carrying over years. Now the last, like I'm saying, the last stage is reconciliation. Sometimes Rhoda might say, Waitiking, Lena, I know, I am sorry. Then when Rhoda realizes, Lena puts down the pride and actually comes to the party to come along with you and heal you. Please forgive me. Now Rhoda realizes, oh my gosh, please, it's up to Rhoda. But we're not familiar those stages. Because sometimes Rhoda is not even aware. The crimes, yes. I mean, I raped you, I took out my dick. Yes, that I know. I know I did it. You know what I mean? But some other ones where a person doesn't know her self-esteem immediately when you walked into the room, you know, crushed you for life. You know, some personalities are not the same. So then Rhoda comes and says, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, blah, 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 blah. And then you walk together in the healing process. Wabona? And then if the person is not there, you sit there and you pretend as if Rhoda is there, and you tell Rhoda. Another process is writing down a letter. You write down the letter. You need to let it out. You write it down to Rhoda. Rhoda, on this day and this, what. It was smelling coffee. I could smell what. Everything comes back. You write it down. You let it out. And then from there, then that's when God steps in.
The healing.
The healing comes in because you've done your part.
Okay, so you see now she's saying exactly what I'm saying, but in steps. Because now, if there's no Rhoda available there, I'm still speaking to Rhoda. Look, letting go has everything to do with someone else. I need to let go of that person. But forgiveness has got nothing to do with anyone else. Because we think, you hurt me, Rhoda, and I think I'm forgiving you. No, I'm forgiving myself. For feeling the way I'm feeling. So you forgive yourself for allowing yourself to get to that point where you have anger. You forgive yourself first. Hence I said, whether the perpetrator is there or not, it's something that happened 10 years ago. I just realized I need to heal myself because I'm carrying something that, and I cannot act, whether that person calls and says, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not going to fully take it because I'm still feeling a certain way, but I need to forgive myself. Because I allowed myself to feel that way. Then, once I start forgiving myself, I start doing the steps. Exactly the way she put it. By the time you are done with the steps, yes, God steps in. Because you are free. God can only step in when there's a place for God to step into. So when is God going to step in? Because when you haven't healed yourself, because there's something eating you. Whether it was done by someone or whatever, but you felt it and you allowed it and you carried it. Whether it was rape or whatever, you couldn't do anything, but because I carried it. You must remember, forgiveness comes from the heart, and the heart is a sacred space for God. If you truly are a child of God, then you know where your God dwells. So then, how do you even start praying when there's this thing inside that you need to forgive yourself? By the time you go to God and say, forgive me my sins, you must have forgiven yourself first. It starts with you. God, forgive me because I have forgiven myself. Forgive me because I have forgiven myself. I'm allowing you, God. I'm allowing myself to be forgiven by you because I've already forgiven myself. Because look, God is not a magician, right? God is the Almighty, everything, yes, we understand, but you need to play your part. So we are so lazy in playing our part so much that we want to throw everything to God and say, forgive me, forgive them, but you yourself are not playing your part. Forgive yourself.
Yeah, now, one would be confused. People that are learning about forgiveness now would say, how do I forgive myself when my aunt was abusing me in Sakula, or my sister, or my brother, or my mother, and every time when I see this person in my family gathering, it comes back. The hate comes back. How do you forgive? Why do you say I must forgive myself, but that person hurt me? And it hurts when it's family kakhulu.
Of course, they're the ones that hurt us more.
Yeah.
But you know that there are people now who will tell you, I don't speak to any member of my relatives because of what they have done to me and all that, but I forgave myself. I'm okay. So when they come into the room where I'm at, I'm still okay. They don't exist to me in that way. Because now when you don't forgive yourself, the minute they come in, you tap into that network like a Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, you click and then you become all, But then the biggest worry is, where is God in all this? For you.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying forgiveness is for you and your God. Because Tabiseng might not come and say, I'm sorry, and I'm waiting for Tabiseng to say, I'm sorry. She doesn't have time for that. But Tabiseng has forgiven herself and her God, and Tabiseng is moving on. This is why we come back and say, God, these people that are very evil and doing what you forgive them, you bless them, that person understands the art of forgiving. I will forgive myself for what I did to Tabiseng. Right? I have forgiven myself. When I go to my God is not going to say, but Tabiseng, you didn't. No. God checks your heart. Is it a space for me to come in? Also, dear God, Atikoko, okay, it's free for me to enter. Dear God, Atikoko, forgive yourself, girl. Forgive yourself. Be God. Be
Okay.
God in your own life and forgive yourself. Then when you go to the Most High, you are clean and free. We don't forgive because we want to look nice or sound or for people to say, she's very nice, she's forgiving. We forgive because of to keep the relationship between you and your God.
And you know, I want to tell you about an experience I had of forgiveness. When I was, I think in my first year of going to school, now I'm going to try to keep the story short. I was in this class, and then somehow, some way, our teacher was absent. I was still a baby. I didn't understand where it's halang. I mean, your first year at school, you're still dumb. And so we went to a substitute teacher. And as we were there, then the teacher went out. Ne? We were in the class with other kids, Repeater Honey in the desk. The teacher went out. And then, because I didn't have friends, we were still new, I slept on the desk. Ne? And then, as I slept on the desk, the teacher, when the teacher comes back, how there was this child, Nangwala children who were making noise. My name happens to be on there. And I was sleeping. I literally was sleeping because back then we would be scared of going to school because we knew better. So you behave, you are at your most behavior because you don't know what the hell they beat you up for. So, you know, I was at my best behavior. So I thought I did well by sleeping, even because I kept, don't even talk to me, don't even you know. You know, that day I got beat, ne? They beat me with a ruler on my fingers. Ne? I was scarred. Ne? I still see a little bit of the scar. I was scarred. I had these marks on my fingers. 26 years later, I found a lady, will introduce her one day. She specializes ministry high care forgiveness. Me Abia White. She specializes with forgiveness. And I found her. And she led me through the process of forgiveness. And at that moment, I didn't even know who I'm forgiving this one that hit me. Because I'm looking at bigger things that happened to me, you know, but I was holding on to this one that I didn't know. And she told me, Hore, you know, most of us, we lock ourselves in prisons. And when we are in prison, we lock ourselves with those people in prison. And we expect, Hore, these people, they must live our lives. But we are in prison. We are in prison with them. And when you've got the key, and what did you do? You took the key and you threw it out. So now it's time to go. Take the key, get the key, open, let them out one by one. So through her counseling, we call them back. We call them one by one. It's very miraculous. We call them one by one, and only then. And only then I realize, I have this woman that once hit me. Do you know, after 3 or 4 days, that scar was gone. It was miraculously gone because it was there reminding me, you once went through this. You once went through this.
You hadn't forgiven.
Yes. The scar was there. I had not forgotten. And then there were scriptures that she gave me that I needed to always remind myself, always make sure I know how much God loves me, no matter what has happened, no matter, you know, and it's a purpose. That's why I'm big on saying there are people out there who are willing to help. You need to get out and get the help, you know. And then from then on, I remember saying to her, wow, that's a gift that you have. I wish I had it. I don't know, don't wish, I can impart it to you. It's not like it's a special. It's you know.
That's why I said it's in our.
Yeah.
She said it because
Yeah.
obviously she's teaching you things
Yeah.
that you do inner.
Yes.
This is what we were saying.
Yeah.
Everything outside of you is a reflection of what is already
Inside.
You are just projecting.
Yes.
Right. Life
Yes.
is a movie.
Yes.
Rhoda, when you go into the cinema room, you are watching the finished edited version of the movie through something that is projecting it. But at the back of the projector, that's where the real work is happening. You understand? When you don't forgive, you are now saying, I'm going to hold this thing an experience that was caused by an outside force, right?
Yeah.
But because of it's projecting from inside, there's something that attracted that experience. But when you do your inner work, you minimize or you kind of like change how. Obviously, when I write a script, say generations. And then I write to go to Uroda will come in and kiss Untabi.
Yeah.
Uroda can't come in and kiss Utao. You
Yeah,
know, because
yeah.
the script says. So remind yourself daily that you are living in your own script within. You are writing your own script every day. So when you say, I forgive myself, I'm forgiving myself for allowing outside consequences to make me feel the way, to change the way I feel about myself,
Yeah.
to change how I see myself, because this was an outside thing. And I'm also forgiving myself for not realizing that I played a part in attracting the same event. Because what you feel, that feeling is like a spirit. It will go out and look for it, a physical experience to present it. Life is a mirror. This world is a mirror, right?
Yeah.
It reflects back whatever you are. You know, we
Yeah.
live in a mirror world.
Yeah.
So that is the reason why you can't stand in front of a mirror. Ugqoke white, in white, and then the mirror shows you pink.
Yeah.
Even if you stand in front of the mirror and one earring has fallen, you can't go to the mirror and want to pick up the earring from the mirror. You don't fix the reflection, you fix the reflector, right? So forgive yourself for allowing outside things to manipulate you into feeling how you are feeling. Also forgive yourself for not realizing that the script is yours. So
Yeah.
when you don't forgive, you are handing power of your script to someone else.
Oh yeah.
Do you understand? You are
That's why.
giving
That's
them
why
power.
they say, yeah, forgive them
For yourself.
for yourself, not
So
for
it's not
them.
They don't. They might
Yeah.
not deserve it. There are people who don't deserve our forgiveness. People who are so cruel in a way that you don't deserve my forgiveness,
Yeah.
but also you don't deserve me punishing myself.
Yeah.
So I'm going to forgive myself for allowing that to happen, and I'm going to forgive myself for feeling the way it made me feel, because now I just made you a god over my life. You just changed how I feel about myself. You just changed how I look at myself. So let me forgive myself, go back to who I am. Then from there, it's between me and my God. What my God does to you has got nothing to do with me. Go around, talk nonsense about me, saying this, ngeni ndumba with our names out to uyenzeni. Oksalayo. I'm
Yeah.
going to kneel down every night and pray and say, God, I forgive myself. Therefore, forgive me
Yeah.
as I forgive myself. The others is me. At that point,
The others.
the others is
yeah.
me.
We must just check that.
So I'm forgiving myself, which is the other me, because I'm not this physical person. But this physical person happened to feel somehow, and I, the spirit, happened to adopt that feeling, and it changed everything. You understand?
Yeah.
So I'm forgiving myself for me and my God. There's no way you can forgive, then God doesn't forgive you or bless you. Bese bathini waloya uberekisa eng ake loya ke ngwana modimo.
Yeah.
Lele ka zama ho nloya la tsamaya dingaka, mess up my name, do this. You won't win, because at the end of the day, I'm pure with myself. I'm honest with myself.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to allow you to bring your outside experience to myself, into my own kingdom. No, it's you understand what I'm saying? There's a thin line between the two, but they all mean the same thing.
Yeah.
And obviously the steps are the same, but the goal, you understand? The goal is remaining here and now is myself.
Yeah. No, you've said a
But
mouthful.
that's the most difficult.
You've said a mouthful.
But
this
it's
one.
difficult.
This one. Yeah. That's why it's like it's easier said than done.
Yeah, family,
You know?
family member.
Yeah, yo, those ones that can kill your spirit. Those ones, and then you guys.
That has got in the
hey, it's a lot. I don't want to go into deep, but then what do you do in a situation where you know what? Hey, my sister Ntabi is busy, bad mouthing me. She's my sister, ngaleso sikhathi, but busy, bad mouthing me. Ebanganini. What do you do in that situation? Do you approach her? Do you forgive her in private and then pretend that you're happy? How do you move on from that situation? Because you guys are blood at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You are blood. What's going to happen? Do you continue to pretend? Are you really, did you let go? Did you forgive? Did you forget? Because it's family.
If she makes you feel a certain way,
That's why ngama ngemicimbi, when we have maybe a funeral, a wedding, a party ekhaya, it doesn't end well because kuvuka indaba zaka 1985,
Yeah.
kuvuka indaba zaka 95.
Uncle bani mani
kuvuka-
masekaphuzile.
Exactly.
No, auntie bani mani makakaphuzile. Yeah, lona le bolaile papa lona. Lona le bolaile malume.
Exactly. How do we move? And let's cut to you thinking, yeah, I have dealt with myself. I have forgiven myself. Ha! Come the celebration. And then you shaya abogologonyana bayithu iyavuka futhi indaba yakudala. How do we move on from that, guys? Really?
You know what I can say in my own opinion, especially the issues it's our family, ne?
Yeah.
You know, it does not work 100%, but it's part of helping to work. Usually, family meeting, yes, it might not end well, ne? But the person that is wrong at least is made aware. Gore, what you doing and what you did and 1, 2, 3 wrong. Tshwantse go be le somebody who an elderly that's there who is a mediator. Where you state your problems. That's how it's always been with us black people. You state your problems. That's why khona le di koro where there's a chief. I get it, before there's a king, there's a chief. I get it? And then where you bring forward your issues. And then mara before you go the chief, le the king, you start at home, the head of the home. The head of the home, you bring you put down your issues there. The head of the home must be able to cut out that fire before it goes very far. Because if yena apalla ku cut out the fire, then vele, that's why now families, they don't grow up together anymore. Our especially generation ya rena now, our kids don't know each other. And you know, and then it's something that's passing down generation to generation because nobody is stepping up and saying, oh, you know what, this is nonsense, guys. Sit down, let's talk, let's let it out. And you know what, I've seen some places where they actually even lock the door. Oka khafa all you want, but we're sorting you out today. And it works, and it really helps.
Okay, yeah, I feel like it helps, and it does help.
Not
anyway.
100, like I said
Not
in the beginning,
100%,
like I
yeah.
said in the beginning, it
Because-
won't
yeah,
solve
because
100%.
I think in the next episode, let's look more on the how to move from that space in the now generation, because the now generation and the then generation, it was easier then. People would listen, have a meeting.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Ukhono
no.
bulali window, lebati, people are just crazy.
No kifok.
You know,
I don't care.
no,
Okay.
You understand that we are in a time where it's so difficult. So I think when we start the next episode, we started there as to with the now generation, how do we, when do we, you know? Please tell your people.
Subscribe, like, and comment, guys. Please, and share.
Nimzwile. You know you Nimzwile.
Yes.
So Sevala, and we're gonna come back and just finish it. So
Yeah.
please subscribe, view, comment.
And
Guys,
share.
we're not gonna leave anything unsaid. If you want us to continue, we come back, we continue, because we are doing this for you.
Yes,
And the
yes.
more we are doing it for you, we are also doing it for us.
For
We are
us,
doing.
yes.
So of course, as always, we'd like to thank
Our legacy there.
our favorite sponsor, our other favorite sponsor, Side Productions, Match Boys Productions, Magna Vol, and our other sponsor. Thank you so very, very much. Keep watching, guys. We are coming back. We are coming back hot. This
Yeah.
is hot. I feel like this is gonna help.
Definitely.
This is hot. So,
Yeah.
from Bubunki and Friends,
Signing out. Peace.
signing out.